Here's an example of an application. The height above the ground of a ball thrown upwards at 64 feet per second from the top of a 192-foot high building is modeled by S of t equals 192 plus 64t minus 16t squared feet, where t is the number of seconds after the ball is thrown. How long will the ball be in the air? Well, it's in the air until it hits the ground. So we're going to we want to know what t will give us a height of 0. So we can take 0 equals 192 plus 64t minus 16t squared. First thing I'm going to do is divide everything. I happen to know that 16 will go into each of those. I'm going to divide it by negative 16 because I like a positive squared term. And just to see if I can follow here, I'm going to take this one first. So what do I take times negative 16 to get negative 16t squared? T squared. What do I take times negative 16 to get 64t? I take negative 4t times that. And what do I take times negative 16 to get 192? That will be a negative 12. Now, in factoring this, if I want to do grouping, 1, negative 2. So negative 12, I need two numbers that multiply together to give me negative 12 that will add together to give me negative 4. Well, for 12, I can use 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Now, since the signs have to be different to get a negative, let's look at this one. Positive 2 and negative 6 would give me a negative 4. So 2 squared minus 6t plus 2t minus 12. That still equals 0. So 0 equals, from these two, I can factor out a t, and that will give me t minus 6. And from these two, I can factor out a 2. That will give me t minus 6. T minus 6 in both of those. So I've got 0 equals t minus 6 times t plus 2. Bringing in those over here, t minus 6 equals 0, or t equals 6, and t plus 2 equals 0. So t equals negative 2. Well, what's t? T is the number of seconds after the ball is thrown. Well, I don't think we're going to have negative 2 seconds after the ball is thrown. So how long will the ball be in the air? The ball will be in the air for 6 seconds. Consider the daily profit from production sales of x units of a product is given by P of x equals negative 0.01 x squared plus 20x minus $500. Use a graph to find the levels of production and sales that give a daily profit of $2,000. First, we need to find an appropriate window for this graph. We'll note that the graph of the function is a parabola with a vertex at. That's what we're going to have to find. Well, the x value will be negative b, so negative 20, divided by 2ab, so 2 times negative 0.01. That'll give you negative 20 divided by negative 0.02 That comes out to equal 1,000. And this vertex we know, by the way, is going to be a maximum since this was a negative. So it's at 1,000, and now we need to find the y value. We find that by substituting our 1,000 into the equation, negative 0.01 times 1,000 squared plus 20 times 1,000 minus 500. Well, if we go ahead and grab our calculator, we find out that equals 9,500. So that's our vertex, and we'll use that to find our, we'll use that for our graph. We're going to make a graph. And remember, we want daily production levels of 2,000. So an appropriate window probably will go 0 to, this is the vertex, so we'll at least want to go to 2,000 and double that, and this will be our high point for the window. Since we want to graph the equation, we'll do y equals negative 0.01 x squared plus 20x minus 500. Our window we'll use is from 0 to, I'm going to make it 200 or 2,200. And the y values, we know our highest y value is 9,500. So let's make this 10,000. I'm just going to number by 1,000 so it doesn't look like a solid dark line. And here's my graph. Now the question is, we want to find a daily profit of 2,000. Well, profit is our y, so I'm going to down here and go down to the next equation and let y equal 2,000. And then we will find out, if we graph that, we'll find that it intersects the line twice. So when does that happen? Do second trace, which is CAiC. We want to find the intersection at 5. And if we just press enter, and somewhere over here, I'm going to say 100. It's going to be my guess. Enter. It's at 133.97, so 134 will give us a profit of 2,000. Try to find that other point, intersection 5. Right, enter, and let's guess 1,900. Okay, we'll find out it intersects at 1,866 and 2,000. We can see from our graphs that a production of 134 units or 1,866 units would give us a daily profit of $2,000. Is it possible the profit to be higher than $2,000? Yes, since our maximum profit was $9,500.